It's the Old Man's Podcast Club. We're drinking and thinking it all over. We'll talk and we'll talk some more and have a wonderful time. It's the Old Man's Podcast Club. It's the Old Man's Podcast Club.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Old Man's Podcast Club, the #1 fortnightly nonsensical podcast hosted around a plastic garden table in a secret underground bunker. I am your host, Miles Page, and tonight I'm joined by Ryan Mordew.
Thanks for having me.
And George Williams.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing? I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm glad you don't have the sniffles this week.
No, I don't. I mean, my nose is definitely still blocked. You know when you talk like this, when your nose is blocked. That's my bad to get to that point at some point, but at the moment, it's okay.
Good.
Fantastic.
If this is your first time listening, we're very sorry. We are the...
He's nearly got it
we are
now.
sorry.
Nearly. Go on.
We are the buds with the suds. We are three friends united by a love for pubs, for beer, and a number of other things, and we use this very podcast to discuss them in great detail. So, let's crack open a nice cold can of conversation, huh? Beers this week, provided by George.
One and only.
And they're not Lemsip,
They're not Lemsip.
so it's a strong start.
Yeah. So what I went for is let's open the first one, which is going to be the Easy Peeler.
Easy peeler.
I've actually mentioned this one on previous podcasts. Well, I tried to anyway. Couldn't remember the name of it. Anyway, this is probably recommended by my cousin's boyfriend, and this is one of his favourites. And yeah, let's dig in. So, as you can probably guess, audience as well, Citrus Session India Pale Ale. It's going to be citrusy, but
FourPure Brewing Company.
I think it's really, really nice.
What percentage have we got on this? It's a 4%er. Brewed and canned in London. Session IPA, easy drinking and full of flavour. It's the perfect reward at the day's end.
Or midday, or just whenever you've done something good, really. You know.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Good sleep, mate.
10 o'clock in the morning.
You've earned yourself a
8:30
beer.
in the morning, 9:30 in the morning.
Well, I had a good beer. I'm going to have another one.
Hey, it's well smooth.
Yeah.
It's very, very smooth.
Yeah. Miles, I think a few weeks ago, I think we had another citrusy style beer, and you weren't so keen on it.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, right, is he going to like the Easy Peeler then? I wasn't sure because I tasted it, and I quite liked the last citrusy one that we had. And it is completely different to this, I'd say, but you really weren't keen on the last one.
No, this is pleasant.
Yeah.
I do like all the information on the side of the can. I mean, I don't know what half of it means, but it's got the alcohol content, 4%. It's got the UK units, 1.3. It's got OG, which is 10 degrees P. IBU, which is 30. I don't know. Do you guys know what this means?
I mean, no.
The EBC, which is 6. Cal, with calories, 124.
Oh, that's not
Even
bad.
gives you a serving temperature, like the ideal serving temperature, which is 8 degrees Celsius. I like that.
Yeah, that's quite.
I like that.
Good information to have.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to stick a thermometer in my beer. I just know not to leave it in the fridge.
Would
too
you
long.
say this was 8 degrees?
Probably around that. I took it out of the fridge about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'd say about that.
Something like that. So yeah, we are drinking this at optimal temperature, people. Optimum drinking temperature.
It's going quick.
And I have to say, it's very tasty, and it is going down fast.
I know, and this is. I think this is why I've liked it so much, because it's almost kind of like you know it's beer. It's not like it's not going down easy because it's like Fanta though. Does that make sense? It's nice because it's a nice beer. It's a nice IPA, which I think there's a difference. Sometimes you can have stuff that's just too sweet and it's too citrusy or what have you, and it's just too easy to drink in that kind of way and not in a
Copperberg.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we should get straight to the ratings.
Go on then. You got one?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this an 8. Ooh. It's like right up there, but it's not. It's not like top of the top for me because it's so easy to drink, but it is a little bit bland for me. Like in terms of there's no flavour that hits me or it's popping. It's just a very nice smooth beer.
Mm.
Okay, George.
I'm going to give it a. I'm gonna stick around the same, but maybe slightly a little bit higher. I'm gonna give it 8.2. I think it's a very, very strong IPA. In that is it does what it says on the tin. It's easy peel. It's a very citrusy, and if you like citrus kind of drinks, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And whenever we go to our local, a Citra is one of my favourites to have. But no, yeah. So an 8.2.
I'm going for a 7.1. Would have been a 7, but it's got a Defender on the tin.
It does. Have
So that's the 0.1. It doesn't improve the flavour, but I like that.
No, fair.
Very good. So easy peeler.
Looks are always a good thing for a
Can we
beer.
just say that Miles is turning into the right old Simon Cowell of the judging of the beers of this entire thing so far? You're being very stingent on all of these.
Yeah,
We've got our work cut out in trying to get some higher numbers out of him. We really do.
I wouldn't say I'm going for the higher numbers.
No,
I just see
neither am.
something interesting. I'm like, you know what? I'll give that a go.
But I think I've got to admit, I think we're buying pretty decent ales and beers so far, and we are trying some really nice things that we haven't tried before.
I haven't really found there's been one in the process that I haven't truly loved, but they're all very good.
But nothing's
gone. Oh, this is.
Well,
damn.
I think one of them might be in here. Mm-hmm. I think you might be impressed by the little black number.
Okay,
At the back.
we'll find out as we go.
I hope so anyway, because I've had quite a few of them, and I think they're very, very enjoyable.
Ryan, before we started the podcast, you had a Fanta Fruit Twist 0.
I did.
Now, this is just not to tangent too much off the beers, but I was just wondering, could you just give a quick out of 10 rating on the 0 sugar?
On the 0.
Yeah.
See, for me, a normal Fanta Fruit Twist, full of sugar, it's a solid like 9.5 out of 10 for me. It's like one of my favourite little fizzy drinks, you know. The 0 is right up there. It's a 9. It doesn't quite taste the same, but if I'd have never tried the one with sugar before and I'd have tried that for the first time, probably would have been a 9.5.
Okay.
It's just a preference thing there.
It's just because it's better looking brother.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of them. If you don't see the better looking brother, it's still good looking. But if you see it, then it's not quite up there.
Yeah. And I think this is the problem that George has got with his better looking brother. But story for another time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Story of my life.
So, we are very different from other podcasts, and at this current moment, Game of Thrones, the second episode is aired, third one's on the way, because that's how television tends to work in a series.
But it's not how we work.
Yep. But every podcast everywhere is talking about Game of Thrones, so we thought, let's have a quick discussion about it.
Let's join in.
Yeah,
let's join in with the conversation.
Be different about it, man. Yeah. So, we're all loving it so far, yeah?
Yes, I am really enjoying it so far. The only thing I've got to say is kind of there's less episodes in this entire season. There's is it 6 or 7? Yeah, there's 6. I think there's 6 episodes in this. But mind you, the first 2 episodes were 70 minutes. 59, sorry.
Yeah, they were short.
Sorry.
Short, yeah.
But this, they added 22 minutes on to this next episode.
Yeah,
so the next one's it's 82 minutes long. That's it. Yeah. So this one is going to be what it's been leading up to.
It's battle time, isn't it? It's going to happen. It's got the same director as Battle of the Bastards. What is it? Hard Home.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's going to be a big one.
But I have to say, it's kind of got me a bit anxious the first 2 episodes because it's been great to see all of these reunions and things like that, but not a lot has actually happened. And they're 2 episodes into. Is it 6 or 7 episodes?
I think it's 6 or 7.
You know, like they've only got 4 episods to go. A lot of shit's got to happen.
I think it's 7 actually. I think it's 7 actually. I thought that. I thought exactly what you thought. I thought, has actually much happened? And then I kind of went online and kind of put that same thing online, and they broke down of all the different things that had been said, and actually loads of they've put everyone in the right position. Everyone's now said what's had to been said. Do you know what I mean? Everything's out in the open now.
The reason why the big battle scenes like Battle of the Bastards is interesting to watch. It's a spectacle to watch, but the reason that everyone loves it is because you've watched all the other episodes and your heart is in your mouth as you watch it because Jon Snow means so much to you,
of course,
and you want bad guys to die. It just wouldn't be that without. So I think it's important to have those 2 episodes of chat.
It's kind of got you as well because it's happened before where you feel like the good guys are winning and then they just haven't.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like you can't sit there and think, oh, the good guys are losing. Don't worry, it's going to turn around any second now. You're literally your heart's in your mouth, like shit, it's happening.
Yeah,
you're losing a good character.
Yeah, that entire that is probably one of the best bits of television that's ever been screened. Really, Battle of the Bastards, absolutely. It was up to that kind of scale of real film kind of territory. That was
until next Sunday, until. The next one,
yes,
pretty much,
which will probably.
But is this
put it in second place?
Yeah. I mean, you hope so. But with obviously, there's
the longest film battle ever, isn't it?
Record breaking, yes.
Record breaking. It beat Helm's Deep by quite a bit.
Oh dear me, that's
it beat Battle of the Bastards record, didn't it? Because didn't Battle of the Bastards hold the record?
And then
I'm not sure, but
so that beat Helm's Deep, and then.
Yeah, I can't remember how many
Possible.
days it was, wasn't
but
it?
either way, it's the new record holder.
That's what I want to hear.
So with that in mind, we're going to have a lot of...
Actually, no, I'm now annoyed. Peter Jackson, I want longer. Go back.
Helm's Deep 2.0.
Give us an extra extended edition.
Well, I think it's more like how long it took to film, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Rather than...
time actually on screen? Or
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair.
But anyway, so... all our favourite characters are going to die, probably. Let's do a little a Deadpool. Let's take let's have one character each we think is gone.
Let me quickly say
definite.
Let me quickly say this though. Okay, so we all think. I think all 3 of us are in a point where I think, right, yeah, this is Game of Thrones. We're going to have some people die that we don't want to have die, right? Are we all in that kind of frame of mind? Yeah. So, do you think though that because they've now kind of split from the books, they've split from that now, and there's going to be a different ending to what the book is going to be, basically. Do you think they might go down a bit more of a Disney ending, and some people might not survive?
Don't know, to be honest.
Or some people might stay around.
You're just never going to know until it gets there.
No, fair enough. No, that's a good point.
I think,
I mean, I hope not. I hope it's as brutal.
Yeah, I know. I think you can go away from it because they've done every other series like that. Yeah. So to just go full fantasy happily ever after at the end would just be a bit like
they know better. They've had such a key role in it broke off after season 4, didn't it? You know, look what's happened then. Like we've had all the sadness and shit. Like I think I don't think it's going to be.
I'm just quick note. I'm getting my girlfriend to start watching them because people keep saying to her, "Oh, this, that, watch it," and so she's just about to start watching it. But you forget, don't you, how quickly all the Starks just spread out, and they just don't seem to sit. It's like
a bad game.
It's literally episode 2. It just everyone fecks off, and it's like, oh right, okay.
I saw on Instagram stories earlier, Lewis Hamilton has... because I saw him post the other day and he was posted the intro to Game of Thrones. I was so excited for Season 8. I posted a video today. It turns out what he actually did was he watched Season 7, watched Season 8. It wasn't thought, oh, this is good. I'll just go start watching from the start, and then everything's ruined. Like, he's had all the spoilers you could ever want, basically. Tragic. I don't know why that was a logical path to go down.
Doesn't sound like it.
No. So right, who's going first? Let's have a character.
I do want to say something on the most recent episode, if I may.
Yes.
I'm just gonna. It's one thing that I picked up on quite a bit. Just one, like my point to bring to the table, and it is they made out that the crypts are the safest place to be way too many times.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, okay, something's happening. But that's all I'm saying.
The thing is like, does the Night King need to be in close enough proximity? Does he need to have
what is the proximity?
Line of sight? Because imagine if dead Ned Stark joins the fight. Shit, man.
And apparently in the books, it is known that it's Catelyn. Is it Cat?
Yeah.
I think she is in the books. I think it was possibly earlier on though, possibly like season 7. That I think she may have meant to be. She meant to have been in as a White Walker, I think, or something.
So
like
in the books, she comes back as.
I think so. I'm pretty sure that is
a
thing.
We didn't do a spoiler warning. To be fair, that was pretty bad of us. We should probably edit that in. No.
Yeah, in hindsight, we're talking about.
Nah, I mean, I think.
Game of Thrones.
I think do we just say sorry if we've spoiled it for you?
No, you've been and gone. Then you're gonna get downvotes on Reddit. It's all gonna be bad times.
Yeah, that's true.
Bad karma.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late now. The damage has been done.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Catelyn comes back as Lady Stoneheart. That is her character, basically her second character.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
So it's not really White Walkery. It's kind of her own thing, and she leads, like she kind of part leads the Brotherhood without banners.
So how does she come back? Did they bring her back? Red Lady or something?
Yeah, I can't really remember how it happens, but they do tease it in the series.
Her throat was slit.
So yeah, exactly. Basically, she comes back and she can't talk. Like it's very much like
that's nice.
Right, okay.
And yeah, they tease it in the show. When Sandor Clegane meets the Brotherhood without banners, and he basically goes to the riverbed and he takes a piss. At that point in the book, they find her in the river.
Right. Okay.
Like she's there.
Right.
Yeah.
So they kind of tease it, and then Sandor takes a fucking piss in the river, and it's like, dickheads. Like that's not happening in this series.
Right. Let's get to these deaths.
Who's going first?
All
right. Shall I?
Go.
I'm going to go first. Right.
We saying one, or we saying as many as you think?
Nah. Let's do one each.
I think just one.
I'm just going to take the one that I think before someone else can say it. Daenerys.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay.
I think Benioff and Weiss know what they're doing. They know about the drama. They know about heartbreak. I think that's the way to go.
So you're talking specifically next episode?
Possibly. Maybe with a dragon.
Okay.
It would make things easier. What would it? Would it make things easier?
Yeah, it would make things easier, but you know what it also make?
What?
No sense.
Why?
Because
they need to build up some more drama between.
It'd be two. There'd be nothing there else. It would literally just be back to what it was before. Almost. I don't feel if that's the. If that's
no, it won't just be like, someone pinged a decent arrow at her. It's way more dramatic than that. All I'm thinking is that defending Bran,
which is Theon, which is a good guess for a death.
Is anyone else going to pick Theon?
No, it was definitely my second choice, but there's I'm going for someone else.
It's not on my 3 in case you said one kind of list.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
I think he's pretty much gone anyway. But
yeah.
Yeah, I would say like maybe a dramatic death. Her and the Night King have a spar, dead dragon versus real dragon, and she defeats him, and it's like, oh, they die together. Maybe, although that's a bit Disney. Think about it.
Yeah, well, you've said it. Now.
Yeah, too late.
Right, mine is Brienne of Tarth. She going down. She's a goner.
You think now she's knighted? She's
Yeah.
Did you say Brienne of Tarth or did you say Sir Brienne of Tarth?
I said Sir Brienne of Tarth.
That's definitely a spoiler.
I didn't say that properly. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, because I think she's kind of got to this great point now, and
she's had a great arc.
Yeah, she really has, and I think for her to do something really courageous now in this next episode, I think what she's going to end up doing is saving someone again, because I think that would really round it off nicely for her, for her to save probably maybe Jaime's life or something of that nature. But saying that, I also think maybe Jaime goes saving her life.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit kind of do you know what I mean? Because I think that might be a little bit sweeter for Jaime to save her life, but I still think she's gonna go.
Right.
So yeah.
Stressed out thinking about that.
I know, I do apologise.
All right.
Brian?
All right, so
Sir Brian?
I think Jorah's going to bite the dust.
Yep.
Jorah Mormont. I think,
What, he's just got given that lovely sword.
Exactly.
Shiny little
It's
thing.
kind of one of those things
It's
like
huge, actually.
you're just not going to see it because he's got this new Valyrian steel sword. He's going to boast confidence because he's got something that can kill White Walkers. I think it's going to be the end of, and I think Dany's going to see it. I think it's going to be one of those moments. Like she's going to see it happen, and it's going to be all like heartbreaky.
I think you might be right.
Sad.
That's my guess.
What do you think is going to happen to God, what's his name again? Short bloke.
What, Tyrion?
What
Tormund.
what do you think is going to happen to him? What do you think? He is the one that I'm actually most concerned about, because I think he's important to stay, and I think it'd kill me for him to go, because I think he's such a great character, and I think he's the one that I
can't see where he's going at the moment. I really can't see where the character development is going.
No, and he's wavering. His character is wavering, not in terms of performance, but there's the whole thing of like they were saying, he's so unintelligent. So surely he's going to come back with a belter at some point.
I think that's basically going to happen. Like it's going to be his idea, and something magnificent is going to happen at some point. I don't know what about. Don't know when.
About how,
but something's going to redeem him.
I think there's the battle that might happen after the battle for Winterfell, and Cersei's involved, and I think that's when he's going to come to fruition, where the odds are so stacked against him, and it's just
which they will be for sure.
I think that'll be it. Maybe.
Man, your guess is as good as mine.
Nobody knows. Very exciting.
Find out on Monday.
Well, very, very good. There is also Game of Thrones merch that I just wanted to quickly talk over with you.
You wanted to talk about Game of Thrones merch? Where did this come from?
Quite specifically.
Sounds it.
Fender, one of the largest manufacturers of musical instruments, primarily guitars, on planet Earth.
Oh, yeah.
In the underground bunker of planet Earth. They have released 3 custom shop special edition guitars to go along with Game of Thrones, and they're 3 house sigils. Targaryen, Stark, and the other one. And
the other one.
It's completely gone.
What animal?
Lannister.
I already said Lannister.
No, you didn't.
Did I?
You said Targaryen.
Targaryen, Stark, Lannister. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I thought I'd already said that, which is why I couldn't. So the 3 house sigils.
Well done.
So there's a Telecaster, which is the Stark, which is good. That's the working man's guitar. That's perfect. And then all the way up to the Jazzmaster Lannister, which is gold, and
that Jazzmaster Lannister.
mate,
It's gold.
A little bit of a rhyme, but not quite there.
starting £25,000. That's for the Stark one, the cheap one. Going up to £35,000.
It'd be hard to bring yourself to spend that much.
You'd never be able to.
Just because it's got a bit of Game of Thrones on it. No.
To be fair, it's not just.
Is it overpriced because it's got Game of Thrones, or is that the standard price of that spec guitar?
These are all handmade.
Okay.
In America. They are all hardly any machinery involved. They tried to do it CNC, they couldn't, which is where the prices come from because they're all hand carved and they're all like the gold plating and whatnot on the Lannister one. It is insane. It's a piece of art.
I may just have to go and have a look at those.
Yep.
Buy all three, put them in a warehouse for 20 years, and
I think you'd need longer than 20 years.
you think?
Yeah.
40?
They're made to order, so
So there's no limit on what they'll make.
Oh, so they're not like
they'll be time limited, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Like, but they're pretty much built by a couple of like master builders. Very
builders.
expensive. Worth a Google though.
Sounds good. Like to see
Speaking of musical instruments, you ready for this one?
I'm ready. Go for the segue.
Segways don't work like that, Miles.
No.
They don't start.
I thought you were. I thought you were ready. That's why I asked you to go for it.
Nah, tricky one, isn't it? Really? How do you go from
from what
what?
to what?
Huawei? let's just crash into it, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this.
Guitars
We
make
did
noise.
crash.
Speaking, yeah.
Phones make noise.
Ring.
Huawei.
Love it. Smooth, man. It's like orange juice without the bits.
Exactly.
I like it. So Huawei are in. The note I made here is are in weird waters again.
Deep doo-doo.
Deep doo. So they've been announced in the UK as they're going to be a big part of the 5G super duper internet rollout, right?
Yeah.
And that's interesting.
Do we need 5G?
I'm going to say I'm happy with 4G plus. To be fair,
Do we need it?
Yeah, but
4G plus
Like
is like
I'm
100
all happy.
megabytes.
I'm not saying don't innovate. I'm not saying that because obviously we want better tech. We want it all to be pushing and bigger files get, then you need faster speeds and more data we're pushing. Because if you got your 4K little telephone,
yeah,
then you're going to be wanting 4K content on there pushed to it through the internet. So
it's long term though, and I mean, like, how long has broadband lasted us, and it's upgraded as it's gone. When we first had broadband, we only had 420p videos.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're, So
I think this is my big issue, and I don't mean to kind of go off topic here because I think this might turn into a slight tangent, but this is my big problem with televisions at the moment. Today, or this week or whatever, Sony have just released or announced an 8K television for someone could order it basically for 70 grand or something like that. It's a 85-inch TV or something of this nature, and I'm sure it's an absolute spectacle, but it just seems bloody pointless to me. There's hardly any content out there for 4K at the moment. What's the point of getting this to people? What's the point of putting it into people's hands?
It's the same as your 4G, 5G.
Exactly.
Stuff
Yeah.
is like on decent 4G speeds. So if you go to any major city, your 4G is probably going to be faster than your broadband.
Yeah.
So if your broadband can do 4K, your phone can do 4K. There's no reason to go more than that I can see at the moment, unless there's like wider implications of having 5G. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a good reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there is, but I think it is probably just getting all these things into everyone's hands and then letting everything else catch up to it. I suppose it is nice to see. It's nice having that platform there. And then, hey, look, I need a new phone. Oh, it's 5G. Oh, there's already mass up. There's 5G, so I've already got 5G. Oh, okay, great. But the difference-wise in how how fast it's going to be, and what real difference is that going to make to your life? That's the thing.
10 years time, though, we'll want 5G.
Yeah,
We'll have a use for it, I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah. When
3G to 5G? I mean, I remember getting my first iPhone. It was 3GS, and you know, it had. I'm pretty sure it was called an iPhone 3G because it was a 3G phone, wasn't it? Not just because.
Yeah, because it wasn't an iPhone 2.
No, exactly. Yeah. There was like the iPhone, then there was a 3G, the iPhone 3G, and there's a 3GS, which is the one I had, which had a camera that could do video on the phone. Because the one before that didn't do video, which is a very strange thing. But anyway, at that point, I didn't really I was like, oh, this is pretty decent internet. And then 4G came around. I was just like, oh, this is slightly faster internet.
I think the problem with 4G is the infrastructure wasn't ready for everyone to have 4G phones.
But can you remember the prices people were paying? Because it's like, oh, you're on 3G. Well, you're paying now for 4G. Because that really got to me. I was just like, so, but surely now, if you've got a phone, you've got 4G. There's no difference. You can't pay for 3G anymore, can you? If you're on a contract, you just get 4G as a norm.
The infrastructure is upgraded. It's just the speed that your phone can handle taking it.
Yeah, but I don't want to be doing that again. I don't want to be getting to a point where actually I could pay for a contract which is just 4G, and I'm pretty okay with that. But my phone can handle 5G, but I'm not going to pay another £10 a month for it. For something I'm already paying £40 for. Do you know what I mean? Because that's basically what it was like on the 3G to 4G, kind of in between. It wasn't just, hey, you got 3G. Oh, does your phone do 4G? Oh, brilliant. You could use that.
Yeah, because I remember because during my plan I upgraded, but I didn't upgrade my contract. I just got a new phone.
Yeah.
And I just went straight from 3G to 4G just because my new phone could do 4G.
Yeah.
But my price plan didn't change.
Yeah, iPhones used to have a thing on it where you could turn 4G off, so you just automatically go to 3G and just choose 3G, because it was like cheaper. Or I think I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think there was a point as well. You'd use all your 4G up, and then you'd start using your 3G, and I was just like, what? Anyway, Huawei.
Good fucking tangent, mate.
Sorry. I know. We kind of
at the end though, it kind of just sounded like, oh, I remember 3G and it was just fine. We don't need this.
I know. Sorry, but no.
Yeah. Rather than 5G, let's go back to 3G.
Come on, it was great.
So Huawei, bad doo-doo.
I'm fine, thank you. Fuck knows how you actually. Well, what?
Huawei.
I was saying Hawaii for a long time.
I was saying Hawaii for a long time.
So with the 5G thing, right?
Yeah.
Most of the 4G infrastructure is done by Huawei devices.
Well, in the UK.
In the UK.
Didn't know that.
Which basically, to go up to 5G, you already need the 4G infrastructure. And so...
Sounds smart.
It would need to be Huawei 5G.
Sounds progressive.
On top of the 4G. And... So that would be a big issue if we decided we don't want Huawei, because we'd have to strip out a lot of infrastructure, cost a lot of money to change the hardware. We couldn't just jump straight up to 5.
That would be individual companies paying for that, though, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
That'd be 3 paying for their mass.
It would all come back to the consumer eventually, though. Like, you would be paying for it.
Well, of course. Lovely, doubly.
But I watched a documentary about Huawei. Very...
You watched a documentary on it?
I watched a documentary.
Was that for the podcast or just in general?
It was on. I thought, I want to talk about this.
That was your time well spent, or?
Yeah. I was interested. I got out of the shower and this documentary was on. I thought, I'll watch this. Very interesting.
Learned that it
Huawei, Chinese company, hugely successful.
Wasn't Hawaii?
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
They used to make pieces of poo. Now they make really good phones, like, really competitive, like flagship phones. Remarkable. The point is that you can't prove really much of what happens behind the closed doors, but they're very much very good friends with the Chinese government, and they are all bailing each other out, and they've all got sort of they're kind of publicly known as being friendly, very, very open with each other. There's also like a whole thing of in China, there's an agreement with people individuals and companies that if the Chinese government need to know something to further their intelligence, whether it be a crime investigation or not, it's illegal to refuse information. If you put that in relation to a bunch of handheld devices that are going across the world, what's to
You say a bunch.
a shitload?
Yeah.
Like I don't. This sounds like a conspiracy theory. I can't relay it as well as the documentary, but like, say
Basically, what's to stop the Chinese government say, "Oh, this could be a crime. We need the data from this individual's personal device."
yeah, or everyone in the UK, we need to know what they're talking about or on the phone or whatnot. Like, there's no reason why not. And when you think about it, the next war is not going to be a bunch of troops invading countries as such. It's like the best thing you could do now if you wanted to win a war against a country is to shut down their power plants, take over these sort of things that would basically just bring cities to a halt. So I just thought it was really interesting. America's trying to ban Huawei.
Yeah,
They're encouraging Canada.
Well, they're already controlling the Americans.
Is it New Zealand or Australia have completely gone without?
Australia have
them
already
anyway?
banned them, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And we've said that we don't particularly want to, as the UK, we've said we don't particularly want to block Huawei because we don't.
But sounds like there's a but.
There is a but.
But don't do anything naughty.
You be good now. America have said, well, actually, if you're with Huawei, then I might not be able to give you all the secrets. Because if we're on Huawei, if you're on a Huawei phone, why am I going to tell you nuclear launch codes? I mean, why would you tell nuclear launch codes anyway? But you get the idea, like confidential information. So that's Huawei.
So it's basically more evil Google. Potentially. Potentially more evil Google.
It's not so much
because it's a government rather than a independent corporation.
America. Yeah. Look what happened, all the Snowden stuff and all that kind of stuff with the the INS or whatever it's called over in America. Is it the INS? Oh, there's a third.
NSA?
That's the one. I know there's a S and an N somewhere.
Careful, they're listening now. They've heard their name.
Oh, of course they are. Yeah. You just got to say 2 words to trigger them. It's flight and boom. And they now they're listening.
Okay, we're gonna get millions of listeners soon. Don't worry, guys.
It's not so much like a conspiracy, I guess, but it's just like it's interesting what could be.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, has the Simpsons predicted it yet? Huawei's takeover. Huawei's scam.
Last season of Simpsons.
Well, there you go.
But maybe, probably.
It's ridiculous the amount. Have you seen the amount of stuff that they've actually?
I think in terms of Huawei, Mr. Burns is Huawei.
Mr. Burns is Huawei. In terms of things, yeah.
Who's Smithers?
In relation,
Huawei, Mr. No, Smithers is just Smithers.
Nice.
Because you always need help, right?
Yeah. So it would be North Korea.
It's interesting though because it's just like, how do you stop it? If it's not yours,
America,
and you don't know how it works.
Fuck yeah!
How do you stop it?
Ooh. America, stop it!
It's their technology. They know how to use it.
You
can't.
Stop. You
literally
them from.
Can't do anything.
You stop them from coming into the country, and you do what Australia have done. Surely I would say that's the best route to go down.
But then again, you're going to have someone else's technology who could theoretically do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not going to work because then are you going to start screening phones at airports? Excuse me, have you got a Huawei? You know what I mean? They're just going to keep coming in one way or another.
I mean, is this all information that they're possibly giving out? What kind of information is this? Is this like listening? Is this kind of like because they're all saying
all your information? If you can connect to the internet, it's all your information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right. So it's not like Amazon's kind of whatever it is, Alexa. If you've got the "you're always listening" thing on, it hears everything you're saying and all that kind of stuff, and it takes in what you're saying and all that kind of blah.
It's basically the same thing, but to a greater extent, I would say. But to be honest, they're probably just going to use it to throw advertisements for things that you probably want.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But this isn't anything like. Sorry. Oh, yeah, NSA. Whatever you is it the NSA? NSA. I thought it was a fourth letter, but maybe
I don't know.
Anyway,
NASA.
NASA.
That's the one.
Anyway, so those guys were
NASA.
NASA.
So confused right now.
NSA. NASA. Anyway, they were literally listening on conversations. Like they were genuinely, they had rooms full of people listening on random conversations people are having, and that was just fucked. That was bad. That was really weird, personally.
When was this?
So this is basically what like Snowden kind of revealed.
Right, okay.
This
I don't know anything about that.
It's a really interesting story.
Right, okay.
To be fair, I mean, I'm probably being a little bit over dramatic, but they were genuinely listening to conversations. Like certain words would spark up, and which would let them know to listen to these conversations people are having. But no, yeah, scary thought that the government's listening though, isn't it?
Let's climb out this rabbit hole, man.
Yeah.
Like that sentence alone, the government's listening. Like,
Well, the government can listen to us try our next beer.
I did. Okay, yeah, I like that.
But
I've got another one.
Okay.
Speaking of who else might be listening,
Speaking of
3
the
new
government.
beers on the table.
3 beers on the table. Rightio.
Right,
Let's
yeah.
go.
What is it, George?
This is AndUnion. So I've seen these guys a few times. I've only had one of their beers before, which is the one that we're having after this. And I was meant to get all 3 of them, but they sold out of the... So this one's called the Friday IPA. The other one we've got is the New Black Lager, and the other one was called a Sunday IPA, I believe. Anyway, the Sunday one they ran out of, unfortunately, so we'll have to try that another point if I find them. But this one's an IPA.
I'm just going to give like a small shout out to the drink drive message on this can.
Yes,
because
please do.
It's wonderful. So I'm going to read it to you right now. It says, alcohol reduces driving ability. Don't drink and drive. Don't be a dumbass. What a can.
Don't be a... It said don't... It's telling you not to be a dumbass.
Yeah.
On the can.
It's being brutally honest with you,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, you drink and drive, you're a dumbass.
This beer just changed the shape of my face.
Good.
Mad.
How mad is this? I mean, wait until the one after. Sorry for the just for everyone's knowledge, this is a 6.5% alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Ooh. Yeah, no, it's a definite strong one.
Yeah.
I agree with Miles. It's a face shape changer.
I saw it change your face.
It's one of them that kind of gives you that shiver down your spine, and you kind of got to move your head around a little bit to snap out of it.
I've never had an IPA like that before.
No, neither have I.
These 3 cans are all 330ml for everyone's knowledge. We ain't got the big pint ones going or anything like that nature. But it's definitely enough, isn't it? Especially for this one.
No,
Yeah.
Very, and it's a nice textured can.
oh yeah, no, the can is very nice.
It's red and it's white.
Yeah,
It's
I
kinda
can't
like
remember the
Christmas.
artist, but it's got quite a...
It's a bit.
quite a pattern going
Yeah,
on
it's
the
almost
front.
like a brick pattern,
Yeah.
like indented into the can. It's very nice.
It's like Art Deco kind of thing, you know. There's like solid black lines with the colours in
Yeah.
it, yellow, reds, and can't remember the artist's name, but
What's your rating, George?
have another sip. I think I'm going for. I'm going for a 7.9. It's not an 8. It's not an 8 for me personally, but it's definitely above like a 7.5 for me personally. I couldn't drink a load of these, but I do really enjoy it for what it is. But no, yeah.
All right.
But it's enjoyable.
What are you saying, Ryan?
So I'm gonna be honest. This is the first beer I haven't liked on the podcast. Just generally
Ushka?
don't like it.
No, fair.
It's about a 3 for me.
3
It's one of them.
Is that our lowest score?
I think that's low score.
I can drink it, but I wouldn't enjoy it.
I mean, don't drink it if you don't.
I'm going to have a few sips because it could improve with.
That is true.
But it's stuck in the low scores for me.
All right, that's fair.
How about you, Miles? What are you feeling?
Like, I hear you both.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's good. Like, fair play. I've never had an IPA like it before. Do I like it? Yeah.
But no, but
Guys, wish you were here. You could see.
I'm gonna go for a 5.9.
5.9.
so it's breached the midway point.
It's breached midway. Yeah, it's pleasant. It's pleasant. No.
I like it a lot more than you two.
Yeah.
This is the first time drinking it, and I just find it kind of like it is strong, but I just think that it's a different flavour to
it's a very unique flavour.
It's a really unique, and I think that's why I might like it. It's just different to things I've had before, and I think that might be
I guess this is the thing about opinion-based ratings. It's totally up to the
I genuinely
the
can't
consumer.
wait to see your opinion on this next one. Yeah,
I look forward to that.
it
looks aggressive.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna hurt me.
it's less percentage.
Is it?
It is less
It's
percentage.
just like a black can.
Yeah.
It is literally a black can.
Anyway, let's get to the aesthetics in a bit.
Let's
Let's get on to this next topic, which is hugely important. Last time round, we had Beardy Ben. We discussed Angel Delight,
Angel.
and we said that we'd follow up on it, right?
Of course.
Of course, that's what
We
we
are
do.
not a flaky podcast.
No.
We go out, we get the information that's required of us, and we do our best.
We're all scientists here.
Yeah, we are.
Easy up, boys.
Easy.
So you got some information there on Angel Delight and its origins.
Only a little bit. I'll be honest. I didn't go overly extensive on the research of Angel Delight because let's be honest, it's a pudding. Are you going to do a lot of research
I'm going to be even
on
more
a pudding?
honest. I didn't do any.
I'm going to excuse you because you had the sniffles last time.
True, but I did listen to the podcast, and I was like, nah, I'm okay.
Well, you're going to have to listen through.
So, Angel Delight was a creation of the Birds Company in the 1970s. It took a slow decline after being very popular.
What are birds most popular for making? Is it custard?
Well,
Probably custard nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
But the actual Angel Delight took a revival in the late 90s with a nice advertisement campaign with Wallace and Gromit.
Really?
Yeah. It is a vegetarian product because it has no gelatin, even though it has quite the consistency. But it's not vegan because it requires milk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry.
That's about all I went for. I was just getting a bit of information. Nothing.
I mean,
too detailed.
before Miles talks, I think that's as deep as we needed to go. But Miles
has gone all that.
I did my research. Now, I do believe that me and Ryan have been on the same Wikipedia page, but I squeezed the sponge just a
You
little
mean
bit harder.
So, I didn't go on no Wikipedia page.
Did you not?
No, I did not.
he went to a library and read a book.
I took some of the information from the Birds website itself.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh. They must have got it from Wikipedia. I got some interesting flavours from over the years.
Okay. Oh, this big little game. Can we have a bit of a guess?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool.
So we got all the standard flavours that you might expect.
Yeah, like pink and yellow and brown.
Banana, strawberry, chocolate.
What are some of the other flavours you might expect? Or might not expect?
Vanilla.
Don't know. Probably. Oh, yeah, I think there was a vanilla.
Fuck, Jesus Christ. What kind of... Right.
What?
Have you got the answers down there?
I picked 4 of the interesting ones.
Okay,
I
that's
wasn't
fair.
prepared
Okay.
for a quiz.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I think
fair,
probably
fair.
vanilla.
But,
I think they did a strawberries and cream one, like special edition.
Probably.
Okay. Just say no. We were looking for the ones that you've got there.
Okay. 4 on my list.
Yes. Okay. Coca-Cola.
No.
Orange,
No.
mango.
Ooh.
No.
Mango's a good one. Mango's a
I
really
don't
good
think
one.
it'd suit Angel Delight.
Okay, can I have a quick question here? Are they singular flavors or are they like
Yes.
two? Okay.
Rhubarb.
Pineapple.
Nope.
I just said that.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did
I
you? So you said
oh,
mango.
no. Oh, maybe I did say.
You
mango.
did say mango.
I definitely said mango, but I thought I said pineapple as well.
Quite exotic.
I probably thought pineapple and said mango because I did.
Prawn and cocktail.
Ready salted.
Ready, so. Oh God, 4 of them. That unusual. Oh no.
Grapefruit.
No. You're
Okay.
all going too fruity.
Are we going too fruity?
Yep. It's
Gravy. Beef gravy.
closer. Literally closer, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Burgers. Beef burger flavour.
No.
Bovril.
No. Oh, I'd be interested though.
Bovril Angel of Delight.
With milk.
Oops.
Apple sauce.
No. Still kind of closer though, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Cranberry.
No.
Condiments now. Mint.
No, don't do condiments.
Something porky.
No. It's not so much food.
Right, it's more of a tarragon.
Not a herb, not a plant.
It's not edible. What is this?
No. What? One of them edible.
Carpet.
No, but closer.
Beer flavour.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Let's be. Okay. We need to. Is it like more pudding related? Are other puddings?
All right, let's hone in on one. What goes with milk?
Cereal.
No. What else? Yes, but what else?
yeah.
Tea.
Actually, you'll find that it
Yes,
does
but what
go
else?
to
Coffee.
Coffee was a flavour.
Coffee was a flavour. Oh bloody hell!
I can see it now. To be fair.
All right.
Flavoured Angel Delight. That actually sounds revolting.
Next one, something that you chew for a long time.
Chewing gum.
Nope.
Like Hubba Bubba. Strawberry. Like mint chewing gum.
No.
Strawberry chewing
Bubble
gum.
gum.
Just bubble gum. Oh yeah. To be fair, that is a flavour as well.
Final
Something
one.
you chew for a long time. Something you make bubbles with.
Yeah. So you chew it for a long time.
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I told you, even if I know the answer, I'm terrible at quizzes.
Yeah.
Last one. You want to guess? Where's that the ground? I've just put it in the microwave.
In the microwave.
You can
You harvest it and then put it straight in the microwave.
Potato.
No, you might associate it with
Who'd have bought that?
IMDb.
Oh, tomato. Rotten tomato. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Sorry.
that was good though.
Yeah.
But no.
You might associate with IMDb.
Yeah, you might do.
Carrot.
What?
I'm just guessing.
That's what threw me off more than anything.
I'm just
Rhubarb.
guessing.
No, it grows up.
Is it in the ground?
No, it grows out of the ground. It's a crop.
Lettuce.
Sort of like a part of a crop.
Wet
anyway.
lettuce.
Corn. Just guessing.
And what kind of corn's associated with IMDb?
I don't know. What, yellow?
Popcorn?
Oh, right, popcorn.
Popcorn flavour.
Associated, like the cinema.
If I said the cinema, you'd have got it straight away. You wouldn't have gone, oh, wheat.
Associated
Barley.
with an app on your phone.
I don't watch a series and with popcorn though. It's not just films on IMDb.
Yeah, man. And there's games on there. And theatre productions. Actually, I don't know about that.
Bird's Custard, right? Alfred Bird, born in 1811.
I forgot about this.
Are you ready for a
I
history
thought there was
lesson?
a subject
Here
change.
comes a great
I thought I made
bit.
him forget. But
Here's a great little tidbit here, right? He notably invented egg-free custard and baking powder. Did it because his wife was allergic to eggs. One day, right, they're just hosting dinner. They're hosting dinner. Back in the 19th century, someone accidentally serves up the egg-free custard, and everyone loved it. And they were like, "Oh, we'll just make that then."
We'll just keep on going.
Very nice.
Fair play.
And then they served it to the troops during World War One. But you know the custard factory in Birmingham.
I do.
Aw.
It's the old Bird's factory in it.
Yeah.
Wicked. Should we stop talking about
Custard.
Bloody love custard though. When you get the skin on the
I
top.
rarely have custard. I like it and I enjoy it, but I rarely ever have
So you're
it.
saying you like the skin?
I'm a skin lover.
Skin. Yeah. I'm happy with the skin. I'm happy with the skin.
I'm not.
Do you just cut it up?
Just rather not have chunks, I guess.
No, I'll just go. I'd eat all the skin first.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that kind of dips the back of my spoon into
Yeah.
the skin, gets it on my spoon, and then licks it.
That's odd.
It's not like
Do you
it's
go
a
around the
thick
outside
layer,
first? 'Cause I
like an
go
inch
around the
thick
outside
skin.
first.
It's a very small amount.
I don't like having the clumpy custard. I'm with you there.
No, clumpy custard's just wrong.
Clumpy custard is wrong. That's why you just eat that layer of thick, skinny.
Well, it only really gets its skin when you press your spoon against it because it's kind of like a pressure-based liquid, isn't it? Like once you apply pressure, it becomes solid.
That was too smart for me. Pressure-based liquid.
It's like we all should have watched it as a kid. Brainiac,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guy that ran on custard.
Yes.
It's because if you impact the custard, it becomes solid for a very brief moment.
Right.
But if you stand in it, you will sink.
I thought. Oh.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always used to, more than anything. So that means if you threw it at someone at like a really hard velocity, then it'd be like hitting a brick wall.
Don't know about that.
Do you see what I'm trying to say, though?
I know what you're trying to say.
Like
yeah.
if you threw someone,
Why did your mind go there?
because I was thinking about.
Instead of throwing a brick,
I was thinking about
custard.
I was thinking about Dick and Dom in the bungalow. To be honest, my mind went on a quick little tangent.
Creamy muck muck.
And yeah, you're chucking custard and greens, jetted people and all that kind of blah. And I thought, well, if it's that hard, someone can run over it at a certain speed. Then surely, if you're thrown at it, but look what happens when you just slap water. It's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard.
It's
enough,
basically the
so
same thing, except
it
you
must
do get
be-
some sort of density as well.
Yeah,
Because obviously, if you slap your water, your hand still goes into it. Whereas if you slap a pool of custard, your hand would go into it much slower.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. So what was the phrase that you said that I said? Can't remember what it was.
I don't know whether that's right. It's just the only way I could think
no.
a high density liquid.
Higher
I don't
density
know if
liquid.
that's the right word. It's probably got a special word for the type of.
Oh, guys, if you want
property
to know what
it has.
just Google high density liquid and something comes up and it sounds correct, then there you go. You've learned something for this day. You do learn something.
Properties of
today.
custard, eh?
Yeah.
That got out of hand.
That I don't think or hope that anyone else has ever spoke about custard for this longer period on a podcast. Ever.
No, I'd imagine probably not.
Have you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You're going to talk about more custard?
No, I was going to talk about Joe Rogan actually, but
Mate, that's...
yeah, I know.
Unless you got a segue.
No segue, no custard segue.
Speaking of food as a weapon to hurt people and hurting people, Avengers Endgame.
Ah, yes.
Now,
The custard stone.
it's out. We haven't seen it, have we, George?
No, we haven't. We haven't.
We sent out a field journalist in the form of Ryan.
Yeah, I was really upset actually that it wasn't me. I'm usually the field journalist.
Well,
I'm taking this job away
I
from
got
me.
lucky this time.
You got lucky. Now, we, for some reason, we'll no, we've all seen Game of Thrones, so we'll just spoil that. But we haven't seen Avengers. You have.
I'm into it. Miles is up for watching it, I think. You seem up for it.
Well, I thought I'd watched Avengers 2 until before the podcast.
Before we realised there was no Avengers 2.
I swear I saw it in IMAX as well. That's the thing.
Well, I guess there is an Avengers 2,
Yeah, I
but it's
suppose
just
there
not
is.
called Avengers
No,
2.
Avengers... Is it Avengers Assemble over here?
First one is Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble, then it's...
Second one, Age of Ultron.
I
And
don't
Then
remember
Infinity
that.
War.
Yeah. I always want to put Captain Marvel's... sorry, not Captain Marvel. I always wanted to put
Civil War
into it, but it's...
It's not,
but
not really
no,
Avengers, is it?
it's not as good either. It's alright.
This is the thing about like such Lord knows, man. There's so much there.
I've got.
It's basically its own series.
Yeah, I've got to say, I was very up until about maybe 8 months ago, maybe up until a year ago. There were so many of them I'd missed. So many of them. Yeah. I'd probably watched some of the ones that I wanted to watch, and then I kind of had my hard drive, and I was away skiing, and someone had their hard drive with me, and they had loads of their Marvel films on there. I was like, bloody hell, these are all the ones I missed. Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok just came out, all this kind of stuff, and suddenly I'd watched about 3 or 4 of them, and I was like, oh, I might as well just watch these other 3 now, and then I've watched nearly all of them.
Because that's it. I went with Beth, and she missed a couple, like Doctor Strange, and I think she watched the second Ant-Man, but not the first one.
Oh, really? Okay.
So there was a couple of moments in Endgame.
Yeah,
she was she kind of had to lean over and go, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it was only a quick, like, very, very short answer to explain why.
So you watched Avengers something before, right?
Yeah, so at 20 to 9, they showed Infinity War.
Which is what, the
third Avengers,
the prequel to this new one,
which is essentially the prequel because
the
movie was split in half.
This time last year.
And then that finished at like 11:30, 25 to 12. And they had a 25-minute interval, and the new one started at 1 minute past midnight.
Shit, man. So, a couple of questions about that. What time did it finish?
3 a.m.
So, what was that like? Leaving the cinema at 3 a.m.
Didn't feel as late as it was because every screen in that cinema was showing Endgame.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
everyone came out. That's incredible.
So they'd done it in a weird way. They had 2 screens of the kind of double bill, which is what I went to. So they had the 2D and the 3D. I'm more of a fan of 2D films because I wear glasses, and I find the other 3D glasses a pain in the arse, basically.
Yeah, fair.
Are those 3D glasses you're wearing at the moment? Yeah. Okay.
So you're in 3D right now.
Shit, man.
Don't get away from my face. So they started at 1 minute past midnight.
Yeah.
They had 2 other screens which started at 1 minute past midnight, and then they'd staggered the rest of the screen, so they had like a 10-minute interval between them. So not everyone was trying to get a drink at the same time. Not everyone was leaving at the same time. So actually, like it was okay.
They could play some of them at like a slower speed.
Yeah, just take it down a notch, guys. Yeah.
We played at 0.9% speed. They'll never know.
So, between the 2 films,
Yeah.
did everyone get up and go for a wee?
Oh yeah, it was wee time.
Really, everyone had like
literally everyone got up and went for a
was
wee.
a queue at the urinal?
I was okay because I went for a wee 3/4 of the way through the first one. Obviously, I've seen it. Didn't really matter. I knew which point was good to go for wee time.
Yeah.
You know, that
the first film I've watched it many times now.
Well, exactly. Like,
so, like
I knew which point I was holding on for, and then it got to that point. I was like, okay, wee time. And then I waited right to the end of the interval in between, like 5 minutes before the new film was about to start, to then go to the toilet, and it was empty. Nice. But yeah, the queue for food and stuff, humongous.
Really?
Beth was in the queue for 20 minutes.
What's she getting?
Just 2 drinks.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
What drinks?
Ice Blast.
Ice Blast.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Was it though? Because how much that cost? 16 quid.
Probably.
Ice Blast.
Who cares?
To be fair, Beth took an outrageous amount of food into the cinema.
Yeah. This is what I was going to say. I think I'd go get something.
So before we went to see the first one, we actually went to McDonald's, and she brought some fries, and she took them into the cinema with her. She was just sitting there with a ketchup and a McDonald's fries, just chomping
it's
away.
Not like orthodox food.
Oh,
to
this is
take in.
great.
Is it?
Not actually.
Like a bag of wine gums.
To be fair, I've taken in Chinese before.
That's even worse.
I've taken Chinese
wet.
before.
Because a lot of people think like the rule is that you can't take your own food in, and the rule isn't that. It's if it smells or it's noisy, then you can't have it. Yeah, basically that is the rule, but they can't stop you otherwise.
No, what I did, I took. I actually just bought I think it was a duck fried rice, and just a sweet and sour. I just poured the sweet and sour over the rice and just sat there eating that.
Yeah, That's it. If the cinema's quiet, it's fine.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, the cinema was full, there wasn't it? Well, there was a few seats spare, to be fair, but like only the ones.
I was
going to
go. I was going to go today, but I just kind of completely missed the opportunity. So
How would you rate it then? Out of 14?
Out of 14.
The experience of the film,
Oh, the experience
or the film.
or the film. Oh, right. Let's do both.
Okay.
14 out of 7 for each.
Okay. Experience, a 6
Out of 7.
out of 7.
Yeah, okay.
Mainly because we had some annoying dickheads next to us that wouldn't stop talking and laughing. It was quite annoying.
Kind of the worst, isn't it, really?
It's like, come on, mate. Like,
Yeah, that's frustrating.
paid to be here. It's the first showing. If you want to dick around, go and see it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was a bit annoying. But that was the only thing about the experience I didn't enjoy. The film itself, I'm not like the biggest Marvel fan in the world. I enjoy the films.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's it. Like, I go and watch the films. I don't watch them because they're the best films I've ever seen.
I just want to be satisfied by it.
Exactly. You go
Do you know
there,
what I
you
mean?
watch the film, you're like, that film made me happy. You know, like, it was just an enjoyable
You sound like a
film.
robot then. That film made me happy.
Yeah, but,
I felt
you know,
emotion.
it's
the
not
first
not
time.
deep. You don't go there for a complex
No.
story or anything like that.
No.
It's just they're good films.
Wish it
Yeah.
would be if you just went and watched this, Miles. Because there's 24 films.
I'll probably have a bloody
previously.
breakdown.
But it's
like-
actually not as deep as it looks.
But for them to like intertwine them all and bring them all together to
That's the amazing
the whole
thing.
conclusion, and then kind of almost get ready for the next chapter.
So isn't the next chapter going to have all this lot in it? Or is it going to be a bunch of...
Well,
I
that
can't
depends
say
who
that.
survives
Oh.
and who
So
Stays?
you know, like, there's
Well, here's the question: is okay. So Mars, there's a bit of a kind of routine kind of thing that they've been doing since the start. Actually, since the very start, and the first. Actually, this is a good little quiz question. Would you know which? More to you, Ryan. What was the first film in this universe?
well, in terms of timeline or just general release.
General release.
Avengers 1.
Incredible Hulk.
Modern. It is indeed. Because at the end
What,
of
like-
that, they bring in... So, sorry, what I was going to say is, at the end of each film,
Yeah.
you watch all the credits, and then you get about a minute blip of
It's like a little
next film.
insider to the next
To the
film,
next
or
film,
the
or-
next
Oh,
kind of
okay.
chapter
Or the next
of
thing,
the.
or the next thing that's happening on with this person.
So here's one for you, and anyone that's listening. The moment that film finishes, get the fuck out of there because there isn't one.
Oh, really? Thank God.
Yeah. So
Okay, because I was going to say, I bet everyone's... You stayed in there, didn't you?
I stayed in there for a couple of minutes, and then I knew it had been released elsewhere in the world, and just kind of got the phone out, checked if there was one, like an after credit scene, and it basically said.
But
no.
did everyone else stay there, though?
Yeah, everyone
of
else
course
stayed
it-
there. So basically, when
this
we
is-
left, car park was quiet,
That's-
straight out, boom, see you later.
That's the weird thing. Everyone stays at the end of Marvel films and watches all of the credits before going.
That's quite a good way to get people to watch credits, though.
Yeah, and because they always put this bit at the end. But one of my favourite ones is the first one in the Hulk.
Yeah.
In the Hulk, because it's just all you get is that little. It's like 50 seconds of a huge actor. Well, I suppose he wasn't as big back then, but which was Tony Stark. What's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Saying, "Oh, hey,
Yeah.
listen, we've got a team together. Do you wanna?" Which really, looking back, doesn't really make. It's almost as if
No, they
that
weren't. They weren't quite ready for it then.
No.
Like it doesn't. It's like the first one is definitely the worst. The Incredible Hulk, terrible. Well, it's not a terrible film, but
No, I didn't mind
it's
it. but
pretty bad.
Yeah, but they changed the actor of the Hulk as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they went from whatever his name to this.
I
Mark
personally
Mark-
think it's an
Mark
improvement.
Ruffalo. Yeah, I think the guy's good. I didn't really not like that.
You'll enjoy him in the new film.
Good,
You'll really enjoy him in the new film.
good. Thank you for
Um,
saying that. I needed something to grasp.
Yeah. I wanted more out of him still, but it is still enjoyable.
Good.
All of them are quite enjoyable in the film.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So my rating out of 7 for the film is a 6.5.
Nice.
So overall score 12.5 out of 14.
It's pretty good.
Stunning. I'm so pumped to go see it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch.
So pumped to go see it.
How about
Yes.
How about final beer, and we'll move on to our new segment.
Let's.
Is that yeah?
Have we got any things to mash up on first?
Well, I'm ready for the new beer because I didn't like the last one, so I haven't drank it. Also, I've got to drive, so if this one's better, I want to be able to drink this one.
If this one's better.
I don't want to be a dumbass.
No, so this one's called New. Would you say New? NEU. New Black Lager. A rich, toasty, and complex yet light-bodied and refreshing, unfiltered black lager. Now, this, if you read that, personally, I think that actually does nail it.
This sounds great.
It actually nails it.
So this is from AndUnion.
AndUnion.
Again?
Yeah, and again. Like I said, there was a third one I was trying to pick up. So we were going to have 4 tonight, but they'd run out of the third version.
Where'd you get them from?
They do. Waitrose. I got them. As you can see, I got these ones on a bloody fantastic. I've got another 6 of them, or at my girlfriend's, sitting there in the fridge.
89p. Okay.
89p.
This.
I know, yeah.
Yum yum. All the smell.
Got a little bit of liquid.
It has got a smell.
Yes, it does have a smell.
Of, I think, pleasantness.
It is. It's a dark lager.
That's interesting.
I really like it for what I really do.
I can tell you now, if you gave this to a lager drinker, they'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck's that? Oh, this ain't lager.
This ain't Garland.
Yeah, why is this not Garland?" You know, but it's a lager.
I've got to admit, this can and the previous can, I would have loved to have seen both of these in a glass.
Yeah, I was thinking that we should have got glasses.
Just out of just seeing the colour of it and so on.
Could pour some into my hand.
Yeah, go for it.
I will pour it into my mouth.
Yeah.
You can look inside my mouth.
What do you reckon, Ron? You got.
It's nice. It's much nicer than the previous one.
Do you want to give a rating out of 10 or 15?
I'm not ready for the rating.
You're not ready for a
not
rating?
ready for the rating.
I don't think I am either.
No.
I need a minute.
I needed a couple more sips, and I don't want to give the rating out of 14 because then we're skewing the other beers.
Maybe what we can do. We can, where every single time. So this is for future podcasts kind of references. We open the drink. We have our first kind of impressions, and we then, because there's three beers, there's 3 of us. We ask one question, get it over with, then give it. Does that make sense?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ask one question.
Yeah, just whatever, any kind of subject. Just get something.
You mean like a normal topic of conversation?
Yeah, just a small one, and then after that, then we give our impression.
We don't do small here.
No.
We've got too many tangents on everything.
Yep. Yep.
We are tangents on everything we do. To be fair.
Yeah, I think we have to stay and. We're going on a tangent here off the bloody beer itself.
I've got to stay and give an opinion. I've got to stay and give an opinion. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm going to give it a... straight up 7.9 again. Same again from this to the last one. Yeah. I don't think it's an 8, but I really do like it, and I don't think it goes any further than that. But I don't think it goes any lower than that.
Fair. Fair. Miles, you ready?
Yeah, like 6.4 for me. I like it. I do like it. I think it's pleasant.
Interesting, because we are on the same wavelength. I'm sticking to half measures here.
Yeah.
In terms of the decimal place system. So only 0.5s and whole numbers for me. And I was going to give it a 6.5.
Yeah.
6.5.
I enjoy it.
It's pleasant. Not the best beer I've ever had, but it's nice. I drink a couple.
Yeah. Here.
Here. It's how light it is.
Just gave me a little burpee poops.
Which is what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you
it's
can't...
dark but light.
You can't tell the colour of it very well.
No.
Because it's in the can. But you can tell it's not as light as like a traditional mass brewed lager, but it is still lighter than many ales.
It's a good take on it. Yeah, for sure. Good stuff.
It's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
So, a new segment. We're taking this in a different direction, right?
Yeah, we're going to try something new.
It hasn't really got a name yet. It hasn't got a jingle yet. It'll have a jingle by the next episode, I think.
We would hope so.
But what we've got here is a quiz. A question. Is it a quiz?
Kind of. Not really.
So
Not really.
Quizmaster George, we've said, that we would like the idea. We're going to try out a bit of a quiz, and George is going to quizmaster for us. What's the premise?
Well, the premise is there's a few different. There's a few different ways I've thought about this through the weeks we've been discussing it. And I'm really
lager
gassy.
burp? Yeah,
I'm getting some lager burps out of this. Anyway, my intentions were to do like a film-based kind of knowledge things, but what I am going to do today is something that I don't think I even mentioned to you both downstairs. So it's a bit more of a spin on what you guys have thought, really.
I'm just going to correct you there.
Yeah, go for it.
You didn't mention anything downstairs because we're in the lowest level of the underground bunker.
That is true.
Don't be crazy, man.
Don't be crazy. Anyway, upstairs then. What I mentioned to you upstairs.
Yes.
But no, basically, this is going to be, you're going to have to guess, I say guess, the quote and what film that's from.
So what's the point system?
So the point system so far is...
I think it's 0-0 at the moment.
It's 0-0 at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I should start on 10. Good handicap.
Why?
Because I'm crap at quizzes.
Well, this is.
Well, I should start on 14 because I like my system.
This is the thing. What I'm going to be doing is going on to a certain film, saying a quote from it, 3 different quotes, and you to guess the film from those quotes as well, from that particular quote. Whoever gets that quote gets the...
Let's jump in, man. Let's go for it.
Let's.
Right.
Rightio.
This is where the nerves come in, and I can't remember anything I've ever learned / watched in my life.
I think the first one's going to be One Left the Flew Out the Cuckoo's Nest, or whatever that film.
Hey, you know that's a film. That's good.
Yeah, man. Was it
You've
One
been
Flew
doing
Out the
research.
Cuckoo's Nest? Is that what it's called?
Something close
One
to
Left
that.
the Cuckoo's Nest.
Right, let's get into this. First quote. Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings, but
Return of the King.
Correct, Miles. One
Yeah,
point to you, sir.
I couldn't remember which Lord of the Rings. I wasn't sure if it was Two Towers or Return
Well,
of the King.
was that Pippin?
No, it was Gimli.
Gimli.
It was Gimli.
Okay.
I feel like I should get a point for that. That was terrible,
Yeah, okay,
Miles.
maybe.
No point for you, Ryan, unfortunately.
It's 14 points for me because of my system. Like, I have my own point system.
No one said that to you whatsoever. No one said this.
Still only counts as one.
It does still only count as one. Right. Now, some of these ones I like because it's very much kind of you got to be fast. Okay, you ready?
No.
Now, this you listeners out there, I want you shouting it as well. You ready? I'm king of the world. Okay, Josh has already screamed out. Well done, Josh.
Avengers Endgame.
That could be any film. I feel like they say that in a lot of films.
Say again.
I'm king of the world.
That's that. How vague is that?
It's not. It's
Limitless.
No.
Do you want more? Hold on. I think let's have another round of guesses. Do you want a bit more of a clue?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we have maybe a decade in which this film was released?
I don't think that's going to help me.
Okay. What do you think would help? Like the name of the film?
Yeah. Or another quote.
I can give you the year. The exact year it was made.
Or another quote.
Okay. We'll go for a year, and then, if one of us gets it, one of us gets it.
1997.
Titanic.
This man is right.
Shit.
As
the
he
man
said
that
it,
knows
like
no film is winning on the first day.
as he said it, like my lips are like.
He said you got to be quick.
I'm not good at being quick.
Right.
It's the joy of being a scientist. You just second guess yourself with everything. You second guess your second guesses.
Well done, Miles.
Thank you. It's all about the long game, though.
Well, budge over on that bloody plank of wood, Jack. Said Jack, should I say?
Said Jack. Right. Okay. You ready for this one?
Hell yeah.
No.
Stupid is as stupid does. These are all huge films.
I recognise the quote, and I just...
Stupid is as stupid does.
Why do I think Miles is going to get this?
It's those kind of things that I know it, but I'm not going to know it until you say the name, and then I'll be like, ah.
Yeah. Well, the other quote on here that I could say, like, I would get 3 words in and you'd both be shouting. So I wouldn't actually finish the quote before you...
Maybe we should just have the first two words.
even that gives it away.
First word?
Stupid.
No, that's pointless.
Sorry, can we get the quote again? The original quote.
You can do. Stupid is as stupid does. Josh, I don't know if you've got this one yet.
Could it be like a Toy Story?
I think you've got to think about think about the quote. Think about the quote. Stupid.
Oh, it could be Shrek.
These are big films.
Yeah, I'm naming big films.
Is it Big Mama's House 4?
Please no.
Yeah, can we have a year?
Right, going to the year. Right, the year of this film is the year after we were born, 1994.
Nah.
Well, let's think about that time period. Jurassic Park came out the year before.
Bloody hell! This man. Well,
we should know that because that's the year we are born.
You're a new person.
Yeah.
Can't say I watched many films by the time I was 1 though.
No, I wasn't much of a buff.
Right. Looks like we get
Is it
into...
Is it The Green Mile?
Oh no!
Oh no!
It wasn't. But I'm going to give you both the clue
That's okay.
from what you've just said. The actor in that film is
Forrest Gump.
Well done.
Yeah, man.
Well done. Well
Yeah.
done. 2-1. Rightio. Let's go. So I'm surprised you actually. Yeah, I was. Congratulations on that. Right.
It's like one of those things like you can kind of work your way to it, but to just think of a quote from a film, I find that really difficult.
Yeah. Right. I don't know about this one, whether you two have even watched this film, but I bloody hope you both have. Jamie, you've watched this one quite recently and thoroughly enjoyed it. Josh, you'll be screaming out shortly, I'm sure. Right. Every man dies, not every man really lives. Every man dies, Not every man really lives.
Is it The Prestige?
You trying to?
Yeah, I'm trying to wind you up.
Yeah. Well, I can take points away and add points. So you
Oh damn!
You both.
I knew.
I've only got 1 point.
See,
Don't do that.
You mouthed that at me,
Sorry.
and I was like, I know which film you're on about. I can't. Say again.
Wait, get the quote again.
I was just trying to think of the name of The Prestige.
I said it to you. Right. Every man dies. Not every man really lives.
Yeah.
Would you like a small clue? Because I don't think you.
No.
I'm not sure I've watched the film. I don't recognise the quote. Really.
Well, what I'm going. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would say is in both your heads, or maybe out loud. Maybe people want to hear this, but try saying that in a few different accents.
Might get a bit xenophobic.
So in your head, say, "Every man dies, not every man really lives." So go through some different accents in your.
I know it's like a Godfather film.
No, okay. Let's give you even more of a clue. A UK accent.
Brave Heart.
We have a winner. 2-2. Braveheart it is.
Is this the decider?
Every man dies.
Yeah.
Not every man really lives.
Right.
The second quote.
You could have just give us freedom.
If I just shouted freedom, that just wouldn't.
I wouldn't have got it anyway.
No.
All right,
Not at all.
give us the decider, man.
Well, here you go.
Or is it a roll-on point system?
It is a roll-on point system, but
One of us,
But
could,
we do have a decider.
we could win this week, I guess. And this is just the race, not the championship.
the race, not the championship. Dear me,
It's all about the long game.
it's all about the long game.
Yep.
We're in the end game now.
Do they say that in the film? Do they actually say that?
They say it in Infinity War.
Do they?
Oh, right.
Anyway, back to the game. Now, this is where I came to a bit of a struggle because I felt like those films were the kind of. So, just for everyone, for context, at the end of these, there's a bonus point. So, you could even it up, one of you. So, it goes on to next week even. If you get the overall kind of theme to this week's quiz /
All right.
quote game.
Let's do it.
Right. So the next quote is, "At my signal, unleash hell."
Is it Saving Private Ryan?
No.
I was thinking of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's the Lord of the Rings.
At my signal, unleash hell.
And this is a film. Got a roll-out series, right?
Yes.
Got a roll-out TV, yeah. Okay.
100%.
I
Why? What came to mind?
don't know. This is a lot of Game of Thrones.
No, that's true.
Okay. At my signal, unleash hell. In my head, I'm thinking archers. And I'm thinking a theme. Why am I thinking a theme?
It's like one of those things. You're gonna say that before a battle of some sort, aren't you?
So it's not a Lord of the Rings?
No. The one I'm looking at, no.
No. It's probably not Shawshank Redemption.
No. Many big battles in that.
No.
Couple
Can't really unleash much either, did he? Other than himself.
Yeah.
When he walked in here, like a tall breeze.
You know, you've got an idea of something, but you can't remember the name of the film.
Right, I am going to give you the year. This film was brought out in the year
2000.
2000.
Oh, 2000.
Yeah, you are correct.
I'm crap with years.
Not.
I think I don't know. I've got an idea, but I can't think of the name of the film, and it's annoying me.
Band of Brothers was out like later than that.
Yeah.
Are you thinking World War II as well?
Yeah. Is it World War II genre?
This isn't 20 questions, but no.
No, okay. Well, because that's the era of the film I was thinking of.
We're more like ancient warfare.
Yeah.
Troy.
Pardon?
Troy.
No. But I like where your head's going.
Gladiator.
Yes.
Oh, what, really?
What? You it seems like you're playing with him. You're like, wait, you gotta be like, no. Yeah.
I was going to say 300 anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, you're
You're
pretty
close.
close by saying Gladiator. So yes, well done, Ryan.
So what's the thing? We've had Gladiator. We've had
Braveheart.
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Titanic.
Toy Story.
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. And Forrest Gump.
Now, for all the Josh is, I think Josh is 100% this game so far. I imagine there's an overarching thing that connects all these films together. If you get that, then
Is it a person involved?
you'll
in
get
the
an
film?
extra point. That will pardon?
Person involved in the film.
No. This isn't 20 questions.
But why not? Like, we're going to be here for ages.
Is
and
it
all
like
this.
the
I like 20
general
questions.
theme of?
Yeah, so do I.
Like.
I really like 20 seconds. I really like 20 questions.
I feel like
What were you saying? Saying?
So it's like the general theme of the film. Like
No. It's not. No, nothing like that. It's kind of just like there's something that connects all these films together, and it's so simple when I'll say it. You'll be like, oh, of course.
they don't all start with the same letter.
No.
Rule that out.
No, it's not that.
Have they got any actors in common?
Is it the same director?
No,
Same producer?
no.
No. Okay.
It's something that I feel like you'd know as well.
They were all shot with cameras.
Yes, they
Bonus
were,
point.
but no.
They all had actors in.
Oh. Well, the thing that's really putting me off is Forrest Gump and Titanic because that's the real.
The battle-y kind of films.
No.
I mean, what does Tom Hanks have in common with Braveheart?
Shrimp.
The question you're just like, oh, say the next quote. I was like, my mama. Well, yeah, you're gonna get my mama used to say.
I've got it. In all the films,
Oh, for God's sake, no, you haven't.
all the people run.
No,
Everyone runs in all the films.
no, it's like a big, broad thing, right? Are we gonna leave
Music
this?
composer.
No, but I like where your head's at. That's the kind of thing what you got to be thinking about. Are we gonna have to leave this week on a draw?
Executive producer's the same person.
No,
Is it something to do with the crew?
no,
Same production company.
no,
Same distribution company?
No.
They all came out on DVD.
no. They all came out on DVD.
Filmed in the same location.
No,
I've got 3 right now. Like, they all did come out on DVD. Probably. Yeah, definitely.
definitely.
They all had extended editions.
No, but I like that one. I haven't heard that one before or anything else. So I like that.
So is he is he close or?
No, I just liked it.
Bloody hell.
Right.
Everyone's got hair.
There may be some people on the casts that I don't know about that may be bald. I do apologise.
Let's collaborate, Ryan. Let's
There cannot be collaborated points here. You will work together and think together.
What?
You will work separately and think separately.
Very confused right now.
That's 6.5 got
right.
to me.
Are we giving up?
I'm happy to give up if you are.
Right.
I'm not sure what this.
This should have been the easiest one of all. The easiest connection of them all.
Hang on.
Let's have this. That really should have been. Reel off these names. Reel off these names of these films. Reel them off.
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Return of the King. Miles, you with us? The Return of the King.
Titanic.
The Titanic. What else was there?
Braveheart.
Braveheart. Think about the years that these came out, right?
Chronological.
No. Think about the
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
So 94.
Okay, don't think about the particular years they came out, but think
They're all
about...
90s films.
No, God, no, okay, no.
They were all done before the millennium.
So don't think about the years that they were released, even though you need to think about the years that they were released, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So let's not think about that.
Hit the nail on the head there,
Yeah,
son.
smashed it. It's
Hit the nail on the
obvious,
head.
isn't it, really? Like.
What I'm trying to say is... Okay, all right, okay. Jesus, I've really got to spell this out to them, Josh. I really do. Right. What are the films what were brought out that year when Forrest Gump got brought out? What other films got brought out that year? The Return of the King got brought out? You don't know, do you?
No.
Do you know why? Because what was the main film that year? Those films, right? And why were those the main films that year? Oh my God.
No idea.
Mate, this is just...
Those are... This is... Okay, I'm sorry. All of these...
They'll win Oscars.
You don't get the points. I've spelled out too much. And they didn't all
What?
just...
I thought that was too simple. I was going to say that at the start.
Well, you should...
They're all really
They didn't-
successful.
The theme of the films.
I did take away saying theme. I said they're all connected in a certain way. I did say
That's
that.
not even a connection. They're all individually won an Oscar.
They're all
They
really
weren't-
good.
Oh my God, they weren't all individually given an Oscar. They were all given the
Golden Globe.
Best Picture of the year,
Grammy.
which is the biggest Oscar to be given on a single year, which is the... Yeah. So they all won Best Picture at the Oscars. Every single one of those films. So, yeah. So, poo-poo to you. Both of you. So you're going into next week on a draw of 2-2?
3-2.
3-2. Yes. Sorry. 3-2.
It's all right. Came back strong.
By the way, if you did get that, Miles, you'd have been winning because you get 2 points for that.
You get 2 points for guessing
The theme.
I think I got it, to be fair.
I don't think you did. I had to spell it out like...
Wait, did you spell the word Oscar? No.
He did say it first before you did.
Hmm?
He did say it first before you did. I mean, I know you're my
Before I did, I'm not playing.
No, but like...
I think that.
Do you want him to have the
contributes as an
points?
answer.
We can give him the points.
Let him have the points. I think he deserves them. I'm all about
He didn't
fair
even
enough.
say Best Picture. He said Oscars.
Yeah, well, we were...
Did they all...
Look, we were
Because-
clutching
no,
at
no,
straws.
no,
Sod
no,
your
no.
points.
No.
I'll take my 3 and be done with them.
You will, because it wasn't all best sound production.
But if
wasn't
I
all
lose
best-
by less than 2 points at the very end of the
Honestly-
whole season, I will have them back.
You know what? There
You
was
won't.
one point I was thinking, was Tom Hanks executive producer on all of them or something?
I was thinking, was Tom Hanks in them all?
Well, because it was in 2 of them. You were like, he must be in all of them.
Nightmare, man.
So what character was Tom Hanks in Lord of the Rings: Return of the King?
Although I really didn't enjoy that, I think this is a good
Was he
segment.
Frodo?
I didn't enjoy myself whatsoever. Yeah, after Titanic, the fun stopped.
after your second random Titanic.
It was no fun after I stopped scoring points.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you very much.
No worries. Well, we'll be back next time with another game.
Yes, that sounds good. Now let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah, have we got some
We got a shout
things-
out.
shout outs?
Yeah.
Have you got any shout outs?
I've got a shout out.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready for this? National Trust Cream Tea. Oof. Shout out. They make a great cream tea.
I agree.
One of the best in the land, I would say.
Like all
Good
land or
recipe.
just like the UK?
No, in the land.
All
Like,
land.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to try this cream tea.
They're
National
pretty
Trust.
good. They must have a good recipe for their scones.
I think they probably do.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a whole bloody recipe book just for scones. So,
They fuck, really.
yeah.
Like
Impressive.
a hardback.
Yeah.
The hardback.
None of this paperback nonsense.
Straight on Amazon?
No.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a
So,
good.
yeah.
Deary
watch out.
me.
National Crust Cream. National Crust.
National crust.
National Trust Cream
Honestly,
tea.
when you said national, I thought we were going to go down the route of talking about some National Express buses. Don't know why. Don't know why
National crush sounds
George
amazing.
is the public service guy.
Hey up, kid. Not for too much.
Have you got a shout out related to public transport?
for public transport?
Well, you had the Cheltenham trains like a couple of weeks ago, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm linking onto here.
Yeah, that's true. They weren't too bad actually.
So,
I've got to admit.
so-
Have you got a
Okay,
shout out?
Have I got
In
a shout?
general.
In general, I do have a shout out actually, and that shout out is to my driving instructor. His name is Dougie. He's a lovely guy, nice chap. The amazing thing is, and didn't really see us going in, but he's so good at talking, and I think that maybe is just what you might be. That might be the best skill to get into that job is
Yeah.
just to be good at chatting absolute bollocks to people.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're doing for like the hour. He's just talking to me about bollocks and says, "Oh, go left here. Oh, you know what you should have done there." Anyway, da 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 da. Do you know what I mean? Because it really just keep you relaxed when you're on your driving lessons.
agree.
And it really does help.
My
And
driving instructor was like that.
And I think it's a really strong, thing to have.
And I think
whilst
it's
on
that coordination of being able to drive and also converse with.
Yeah.
like,
that's a
if
skill.
if you can multitask in that, when you are just focusing on driving itself, you're going to be like better. I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he said, listen, when you when you have your lesson, some of your instructors will literally, you'll see them just calm down, relax their shoulders, and start chatting with you.
Yeah.
And they're just like, if they act like that, you're probably going to pass because they just the whole point is they feel comfortable with you driving. They feel comfortable with you taking them somewhere or whatever, and that's the important thing. But no, yeah, there's my shout out. Thanks, Dougie. Probably got about 6 more lessons to go. So we're at 6 weeks to go, something like that. Sure. An hour a week.
Let's hope they fly by.
Fantastic.
Fingers
Can't wait
crossed.
for a lift to the pub.
Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna be able to drink for. I ain't gonna be able to drink for about 2 years. Maybe
Only
longer.
2 years.
It's been longer than that, mate.
Yeah, I know it's been longer than that, but if you add it, I don't know. I don't want to have this conversation. Man.
Go to my room.
Oh, when did we pass our test?
You haven't been giving me lifts
Mate.
to the pub since you were 17.
The world was black and white, right? When we passed our test.
We started drinking at 18, of course, the legal age.
Yes. Yes.
And therefore, we've been driving now for 7 years, being able to go to the pub and drink.
Yes.
7 years.
Jesus.
George.
That is crazy that you've been driving for that long.
7.
Got to admit, that does make me feel really weird.
Well, it's 8, but only 7 years of being able to go to the pub and drink and then drive.
That is weird that you've been driving for so long. For me, that seems really strange. Does it feel like 7 years you've been driving? 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, yeah.
Fucking hell, fair enough.
Yeah, I think it does, yeah.
It's all right. You'll find out how it feels in 7 years when you give us lifts to the pub.
How old am I going to be?
I think I'm going to chunder in your car. I think I.
Fucking hell. I think it might be a thing as well.
I've got a shout out.
Please go.
I've got 2 mini ones. Not mini ones. I've got a mini one, just quickly, like, new Busted album.
I'm not replying to this. I know.
Look, man.
No.
Next.
No.
You know in the edit I can just mute you both for making noise and I'll interject and do a 20-minute speech about Busted. Now, like, they've released this new album. I think it's got the drummer from Lower Than Atlantis on it. It's alright. Pretty good, actually.
Oh,
It's the best thing I've ever heard.
Pardon?
No, it's not, but it is a decent album. The second shout out
I'm glad we were over that one.
is to Jamie. I think we all need to give a unanimous shout out because
unanimous shout out to Jamie because he's done us a solid with the podcast.
Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, depending on when you listen to this, you will probably see some rubbish artwork, which is yellow and has Comic Sans.
Some say artwork.
Some
say
it's gone. If you listen to this, it's gone. You can't look back.
Oh shit! Is it right?
Yeah, it's gone. It's the new stuff now.
Okay, well, if you listen
it's not perfected. It's cropped and cut from just one picture that hasn't been rotated or cropped correctly.
Don't tell them that,
but it's better than Comic Sans, George. It's better than Comic Sans.
And this stuff, we've seen it develop over the last few weeks. You know, a few things that you've shown us, George, but like Jamie, he's smashed a home run. He's caught us all. How
fantastic is it?
Considering no one knows what the underground bunker looks like other than us three, he's done a pretty good job of imagining it. It's just, I'm stoked.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I'm really like, I
mean, I've never wanted to wear my lab coat to a podcast more in my life than after seeing that picture.
Yeah. We all look so cool on it. The whole, go check it out. Go check out the artwork that we've done. It'll be on any of our social media platforms and so on. And it's
we will
really
get
good.
Instagram sorted eventually.
Yeah, I'd really like to because I think that's the one that's going to be really. I think that'll be strong.
So I've actually told you the problem with Instagram.
We're near the initial problem. You signed us up as like a 8-day-old person, didn't you?
No, that was Twitter. So because of the literal birthday of the podcast, I put that as the birthday, and they were like, "No, you are not 18. You cannot have this account." So I had to change that. But
my God.
But Instagram, so whenever I try and create the account, it says that the email address is in use. But then when I try and reset the password for said email address, it says the account does not exist.
Fair.
So if I try and go through their support network, it errors every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on my phone, multiple browsers, multiple laptops.
Well, I might just start because you can open different Instagrams with the same email address.
Can you?
Yeah, because I've got two, and I've got 2 different Instagrams.
I might leave that up to you then because it literally won't let me do anything with that email address.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll give it a go. Anyway, guys, that isn't conversation for you, really.
I just want to finish a shout out.
Let's.
We will put the nails and sort out this social media. Regarding Jamie, we all need to say a big thank you, but also we need to say get in contact. Or we'll get in contact. We'll be in contact.
Yeah, please do.
Check us out on currently Facebook and Twitter. We're going to move on to Instagram soon.
Yep.
And we're probably going to start uploading on YouTube soon as well. So you'll be able to comment on the old listen.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Just however close you are to us or not very close to us, whatever it is, just post something. Get some chats going on. Send us an email. Send us a question that we can ask. Just
write us a letter.
A letter.
Yeah,
P.O. box.
P.O. Box, the underground bunker, somewhere in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Look, if you just find some concrete in the ground, that's probably our bunker. There'll be a letterbox nearby.
Yeah, just come knock on Miles's door if you know where he is.
How are we going to pay Jamie? Are we going to pay him in Maltesers? Do you like Maltesers?
He really likes Ribena. So
Ribena it is, then?
If you could send hoard loads of Ribena to...
We'll just wait till he comes home and take him to the pub.
Yeah. Well, he is home. He's home at the moment.
We will take him to the pub.
Right.
He's home at the moment.
Extremely
I nearly
drunk.
brought him with us. I nearly brought him here today, to be fair.
That'd have been good.
Is he still going to be here in 2 weeks?
No, he's going on Sunday. He's going on Sunday.
Saturday night.
But
We've missed that opportunity.
Saturday
yeah, but the second is back. We'll have him on as a guest.
Yeah.
I think that was... but, yeah.
That's
Fantastic. Great shout out, Miles, though. Great shout out.
And if you're listening to this right now, pull out your phone, check out that artwork.
Yeah, please do. Please do. It's very pretty.
Unless you're driving, please don't pull out your phone.
Yeah.
We don't want to be responsible for that.
No, but if you feel inclined, pull over.
Of course.
When safe, and then check out the artwork.
Yeah.
Or if you've got like a new car, it's probably coming up on the dashboard anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, tasty.
Yeah, man.
taster.
So if you are someone that doesn't know what we look like, they're other than you mentioning your lab coat, they're gonna know who you are, Ryan. But they're not gonna.
They're gonna know what you look like.
Or you?
No, I think my face is on there.
Mine is on there. I'm the big beardy bloke.
Nice try.
Personally, I think it's a good marketing move that your face isn't on it.
Yeah,
I think that's like.
I thought it was good as well.
You got to put your strong foot forward, don't you?
You do.
And I think
My face is the weakest point. Yeah, it's true. No, it's very true.
No, check out the artwork, guys. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
We think it looks fantastic. We're very happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again, Jamie.
Yeah. Thank
And
you, buddy.
thank you, dear listener, for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this this episode, and we'll catch you in a fortnight. Go and find us on all the social medias and say hi.
Hi.
And until next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye.